Good evening and thank you for joining me on Black News Tonight. I'm Marc Lamont Hill. First up, the former executive assistant to disgraced R&B singer R. Kelly testified today in his ongoing sex trafficking and racketeering trial. BNC's Dre Clark has the story.
Cheryl Mack testified she first met singer R. Kelly in 2005. She was a talent manager, and R. Kelly inquired about a singer that was on her roster. She said Kelly liked the singer so much that they collaborated on a song that was featured on one of Kelly's albums. Then in 2009, Mack testified she introduced another artist named Precious to Kelly. Kelly and Precious began working together at Kelly's home studio outside of Chicago. Precious was only 17 at the time, and her mother was with her initially in Illinois, but eventually returned back home to Atlanta. Precious stayed at a hotel while recording, and Mack testified she would check in on her. Then Mack broke down crying, recalling how Precious abruptly decided to stop working with Kelly. Mack said Kelly called her saying Precious was planning a sexual harassment lawsuit against him. She testified Kelly was very concerned about the lawsuit because he was preparing to make an appearance at the 2010 World Cup in Africa. She said Kelly told her she needs to pick a side, his or Precious, and that generally in situations like this, people come up missing. Mack said she felt that was a threat. She later recalled signing an affidavit. She said she never read it fully, but she remembers seeing two questions on the affidavit. Did she ever see Kelly give Precious alcohol? And did she ever witness the two having sex? 3 years later, Mack said she agreed to work with Kelly again, this time as his executive assistant. But Mack said one time Kelly made her sign a letter saying she took money from a booking agent on the side. She said she wrote the letter and signed it, but it was 1,000% scripted, and she only wrote everything R. Kelly told her to write. She finally quit in 2015 after she said Kelly yelled and cursed at her for ruining someone's birthday surprise. I'm Dre Clark for Black News Tonight.
One of every 320 Mississippians has died of COVID, making Mississippi the state with the highest rate of COVID deaths in the United States. The spreading of the virus is not slowing down either. State health officials report that Mississippi recently recorded 2,500 cases per day. One concern is the surge of the Delta variant among pregnant women. Since the beginning of the pandemic, 15 pregnant women have died due to COVID in the state, 60% being black women. All the mothers were not fully vaccinated. A Michigan father has filed a $1 million lawsuit against Mount Pleasant Public Schools after his 7-year-old biracial daughter's hair was cut by a teacher without permission. The lawsuit filed against the school district, a librarian and teacher's assistant, alleges the child, Journey Hoffmeyer, was the victim of racial discrimination, assault, and battery, plus more. The school district launched a private investigation in July and determined one staff member involved, quote, did not act with racial bias and would remain employed. Both school staff members involved were reprimanded and have, quote, acknowledged their wrong actions and apologized, according to a statement released by the school board. Heartbreaking footage coming out of a border town in Texas where thousands of Haitian migrants have assembled at a bridge. Reports estimate that more than 10,000 Haitian migrants have crossed over the Rio Grande and currently occupy space under a bridge in Del Rio, which has a population of about 35,000 people. The migrants, who are mostly packed under the Del Rio International Bridge, are facing food scarcity while seeking asylum from disaster in their homeland, including a recent presidential assassination and a 7.2 earthquake that devastated the country, leaving more than 2,200 Haitians dead, thousands displaced, and the island nation's infrastructure and healthcare systems in shambles. Joining me now to talk about all of this is everybody. There is so much going on in the world here, and it's important to talk about Haiti in depth. And later on in the show, we're going to pick that up with a one-on-one conversation with someone who can really help us unpack all the nuances happening here. But up next, or up sooner, around the world we have a lot going on, including people making waves all across Africa. There's something called Dishta Gina. It's the remix that features the legendary Akon. It's not just music, it's not just a message, it is changing the world. And we're going to have Akon's wife, Rosina, and Ethiopian artist Tariko Gankizi join us with a look at the song. I promise y'all, it is fire. But before that, I have a panel of sickle cell disease experts coming up. They're going to discuss the moral responsibility we have as a people to donate blood, as this disease predominantly impacts people of African descent in the United States. Don't go anywhere. Stay right here. And starting next week, some great news. BNC presents Amplified with Aisha Mills. It premieres Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern, and we will talk about everything, or she will talk about everything from social justice to voting rights. Aisha amplifies the messages, the stories, and the voices that are muted by other media. Amplified with Aisha Mills. It starts this Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern, only on Black News Channel. BNC Truth.